Yes, we begin with new rules coming into force today designed to ensure that communities will have access to cash and basic banking after thousands of branches were closed over recent years. The change has prompted the announcement of 15 new shared banking hubs. Our reporter Will Vernon has more.
And although some people say that money grows on trees, the safest place for it is in the bank.
Britain's banks once stood at the very heart of the economy and society. But now, banking is changing. More customers are going online, more businesses are going cashless. And banks are closing branches. According to the consumer group Which, over 6,000 have been closed in the last 9 years. That's 60% of the entire bank branch network. Campaigners say closures particularly affect vulnerable groups, such as the elderly. But the new government has promised to improve access. New rules come into force today, meaning that local communities must be provided with basic services, such as ATMs.
It means that if a bank in a building society wants to make changes to its locations of its branches or locations of its cash machines, before it makes any of those changes, it needs to have assessed whether it can continue to meet those local communities' needs.
And it's hoped this could be the solution. Banking hubs. They're shared spaces run by the post office but operated by the major banks, where people can pay in cash and cheques and make withdrawals and also speak to their bank staff. And Britain's banks have now agreed to open 350 more of these in the next 5 years.
All the vulnerable people will have access to cash, and they'll be able to go to a local banking hub and have access. I think we're looking at the vulnerable people, which is elderly, who do not have access to the internet or the apps to get access and know what they're doing. So they come into the banking hub and they can have access to cash.
But there's been criticism of the range of services offered across different banks and the lack of printers to print out documents. The government has reportedly ordered banking bosses to make improvements. But customers in this branch say it's a vital part of the community.
A lot of people, they need to use it because there is even no cash points. This is the only one. And there is one next to my shop, but it's not working most of the time.
My banking is very, very basic. And if I have any problem, I'm here. With these ladies here, and that's all what I need.
Across Britain's town and cities, closures of things like pubs and chemists are also on the rise. It's hoped that schemes such as banking hubs could help re-energise the high street. Will Vernon, BBC News.